I am with Scott. He closed his first deal literally yesterday, day before?
About 2 days ago.
2 days
Yeah.
ago. So I
Yeah.
reached out, been trying to do more of these videos of people having that success and just hearing their story. So I appreciate your time. We've been
Sure.
talking for about 30 minutes before this, just answering questions and talking about business in general. But if you don't mind, just a little bit of your background, where you're from, and realistically, just why are you doing this?
Gotcha. I'm from California, out in Riverside, California, born and raised. Um, and I'm doing this basically. I wanted a virtual business. I wanted something I could do, away. I want to go. I want to move to Panama, bounce between Panama, Costa Rica, and just kind of surf until my knees give out. And and at the same time, I got to generate some business and make some money. So. I have a background in sales. I've been doing sales since '94. Had a little bit of a background in financing, doing mortgages and helping people set up corporations, but never did anything really too deep on the origination of business loan side. I would help people set up a corp and then get them some, credit cards, 0% credit cards. So that would be about the extent of it. But with, MCA loans and revenue loans, I never really dealt with them. And I just thought they'd be really hard to sell. It was the easiest sale, man. It was incredible that, I told people, what the terms were. And I got that from one of your videos. There's a gentleman that you have in one of the videos where he goes through all about MCA loans and all of that. I just kind of regurgitated what he said, on a high level. And at the end, they're like, yeah, send over the link. Let's get started. And you guys got them some, $65,000 in a week. It was awesome. They had bad FICOs. They had a business, but it wasn't a corp. It was just a DBA with an EIN. And sure enough, nobody would touch them. And they got 65 grand. They were extremely happy. And they loved the process. They said, man, you guys got your protocols, huh? So everything was tight. It was really cool.
Yeah, so the system works, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's it.
absolutely.
A lot of people look at this type of thing and they don't really believe it works and this and the other thing. Now, listen, I always tell everyone you have to put the work in. Like if you didn't do the work, nothing would happen, right? This
Oh
isn't
no,
one of those things where you're going to sit on your ass and do nothing and make money, right?
no.
So great, right? You got the lending going.
Yep,
We're just talking to your partner about doing some Facebook marketing, do some lead gen.
yep,
You're looking at selling the business credit services as well, right? Getting involved in
yep,
that.
yep.
Also monetizing leads. So you
We did.
obviously have a little bit of do have some experience in this industry, which is great. But let me ask you, if someone had a zero experience, which most people have zero experience, do you think, let's just say you had zero experience, do you
Hmm.
think the same thing would have happened? Like you had
Yeah,
the same success?
yeah. It might have taken a little bit longer. I did. I could squash that learning curve a little bit, and not have to really go through all of the videos because some of the stuff I already knew.
Mhm.
But if I knew absolutely nothing and I didn't have an awesome, partner that's an IT guy, the videos, everything explained everything, perfectly. It was layman's terms. It was easy to follow. The support was great. If I had a question, I get on Facebook and it seemed like I got answers like 24 hours. There's always
Right.
somebody there and pretty quickly answering the question. So yeah, everything was cool, man.
Yeah,
It was
the
easy to
good thing about
follow.
the good thing about the Facebook group is it's like a community, right? I mean,
Yeah.
people are jumping in here and there, answering
Yep.
questions, which is always good. Um,
Yep.
so so we close your deal for you, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
all the work.
I never talked. Yeah. I mean, I talked to them just because they were friends, but if they had gone into, because I've, since done some marketing, since that client, and we've had about 20 or so leads come in, and I don't have to talk to any of them. I mean, that's the great thing about it. I'm kind of like you. I want to sit in front of my computer and just, generate stuff and then, have that go somewhere and have it fulfilled. And if I have to talk to somebody, cool, but I'd rather not. And that program was great, man. It goes from the lead system, from the website into the lender. The lender calls them, does everything, updates it on the back end in the CRM so I can see that they got called. I can see that their contract went out. I can see that, they're reviewing it. I can see it got funded. see how much I get paid. And I never had to talk to the lender, or, if it had come through the website, without being a self-gen, I never would have had to talk to the client,
Right.
which on my end, I've been in sales for almost 30 years now. That's a dream come true. That's just a freaking dream come true, man.
Yeah, and it's funny because I started brokering, like I told you before. Started brokering myself, and I was on the phone and doing all the work, which is great. People like doing that, and I realized I'm like, there has to be a better way, right? So when I started doing more lead gen and just selling the leads, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not making as much as I could per deal, right? When you
Right.
back out like a per deal, but I can do volume, right?
Exactly.
I can't handle 1,000 leads a day, but I can sell 1,000 leads a day. You know what I mean? And so you'll
Yep.
make the money back in volume. So that's what I really, again, like we talked before, that's really what this is all about. Yes, learn the business, of course, but really understand it's all about lead generation.
Yep.
That's it.
No,
Because when you own the data,
completely.
you're like that's why they call it big data, right?
Right.
Those are the companies: Google, Apple, Microsoft. It's all big data. Amazon,
Yep.
and whoever has the data is going to make the most amount of money,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we
Um,
actually got to monetize a few of those leads too, which was pretty cool. We got a couple of links that we can send them to for credit repair and for being able to pull their credit with Identity IQ. I got an affiliate link with them, so make 8, 9, $10 every month there on credit repair and whatever, credit monitoring. But it put it right back into the system and feed that so you can find the bigger fish.
right.
Using the small fish to find the whales.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. What made you pull the trigger with us? Like, what was that deciding factor? Because obviously, a lot of people think everything's a scam online or whatever. So,
Right.
what got you past that?
Honestly, it's probably you.
Oh, really?
Just that, yeah, just because you're, real dude, you're ordinary guy. You're not, to look at you, I think you're just an ordinary guy from down south, gonna go out and, go fishing and do your thing and just, chill, man. You didn't seem like the gurus out there. You didn't seem like, all the guys dressed up, trying to be, a gajillion dollars. I know that picture you have in the back of you right there, holding the drink, and yeah, that was probably your most dressed up day, right?
Yeah.
You just seem like an ordinary, real dude, and I did a lot of research on all of it, everything that you do, and I watched a lot of videos before, I got signed up. I did a lot of Facebook, searching, and everything you said was jiving with what I know. And then on top of that, you're just, like I said, genuine. So it almost seemed like I watched I watched that one interview you had, dude. You were like, you're like sweating bullets. It wasn't, it's not you to be out there to be talking about yourself and, be bragging or anything like that. It's just, you're totally uncomfortable in that situation, which was cool because, it made you real. So I think in the end, it was you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah, man. You're 100% right. Anytime I go on stage or get into an interview, my heart's beating. I start feeling all weird, and I feel like I just want to run.
You look like you wanted to run, man.
Yeah,
but
100%.
I mean, everything you're doing is solid. I couldn't find any holes in what you're doing, and I've been in several businesses. I have 3 corporations now. I sell a lot of stuff. I've had probably over 90, I think 95 jobs or sold different, 95 different products. I've done a lot of things. I'm a serial entrepreneur. And when I got to you, I mean, I have so much knowledge from all of the researching I've done in the past. When I got to you were checking all the boxes, man. You were saying all the right things. You were, no red flags when you were speaking, which I'm well versed on finding red flags. So everything was cool, man. And like I said, it was you just being you. I think what did it finally.
Okay. No, and it's funny that you said, because that's the number one thing that I hear, and other people, that talk to, do sales or whatever, is just being down to earth and just being a normal person and not trying to be something you're not. And a lot of people actually say to me, because I'm always in like sweats and I kind of just look like a bum half the time. People say, oh, you should, why aren't you wearing a tucked in shirt? Why aren't you wearing a suit? People say things like that. I'm like, listen, that's cool. If that's what you're into and that's what you gravitate towards and you want to be around people like that, but it's just not me. I'm not going to change just
Right.
to help people out, because it doesn't matter what you try to be. Even if you do try to be somebody else, then you're just gonna gravitate towards that group of people. But then
Right.
this group of people, you won't gravitate. So it doesn't matter what you do. There's gonna be people that like you and don't like you, or trust you, don't trust you, right? Depending on
Right.
how it is. But the only thing you can be is yourself. I mean,
So,
that's it.
exactly.
So, and at the end of the day, like I tell everyone, I'm really a marketer. I'm a lead generator. Yes, I'm good at sales and marketing, that stuff. And that's really what I'm trying to teach people. And, if it's for you, great. If it's not, it's not. People actually tell me, they contact me, go, tell me why I should do this, or sell me why I should do this. I'm like, if that's really what you're saying to me, please don't do this. Like,
Right.
I don't want to deal with people that need to be sold to do this.
Right.
I understand people want to be convinced, and I want to make sure it works, but there's a difference between someone doing their research and learning and someone saying, well, why don't you come here and sell me on why I should do this? I'm like, yeah, you're not the person for me.
Not the guy.
Yeah.
No,
So
I've told people for many years, I'm not a salesman. I'm a buyer's consultant. If you want to buy something, I'll help you make a decision, but I'm not going to try and sell you on anything. Because if I got to sell you on the fact that solar is a good thing to get, but then we're already, I'm going to go next door, but if you already know solar is cool, I just want to know why I want to get it from you. That's a different story. I'll help you make a buying decision with me, but I'm not going to sell you on anything. So
yeah, I like that, buyer's consultant. That's funny. Yeah, I tell people all the time, I'm not here to sell you, man. I'm just here to explain it. Like, I like to sell via education.
Education, yeah.
When I work with large lead buyers, I basically educate them as much as I can on why, how they can make more money, or why they should do this, or how they should contact their leads, or maybe some changes. That's how I sell. And a lot of people I turn away as lead buyers because I don't even think that they'll be successful. And I don't want to deal with people blaming me, right? Well, your leads suck type of thing.
Exactly.
So I kind of stay away. I turn away more buyers than I actually take on. And they usually think it's a sales pitch, or, I
take away.
Or it's like I just want a bigger order. Cause I say, listen, buying that many leads is not enough. Like, you need to buy enough to be, to do a good test. And they really think it's just a bullshit sales pitch. I'm like, you know what? How about I just don't even take any money and we call it a day,
All right. No, I've had those same type of clients, man, where I've had to, just walk away. I don't think these, our service is for you, type deal. Cause you're going to end up making more headaches for yourself, and
it's not
who wants to go down that road. Yeah. No, man, everything has been really good. Contact has been great. Service has been great. Actually just got a call from the concierge today, just saying, hey, what's up? Got the, mastermind going to be coming up, and, just, you guys are always on it, man. You guys are always on it. And I'm not feeling left out in the cold. My wife right now is in Mexico, and she's been kind of keeping updates of what's going on. And I told her, well, little something, what we were just speaking about on the website thing. And she's like, well, have they been getting back to you? And I said, yeah, no, they're getting back to me. She's like, well, that's a relief, because we've dealt with so many companies and, gurus or what have you. And they just once they get your money, they're gone, and you're getting, half-ass, responses, if any at all. So she was like, at least they're responding and they're getting back on it. And, she knew we had already funded a deal. So she's getting the warm and fuzzies, and I got the warm and fuzzies, and right now everything's great. It's all good.
All right, cool. Yeah, we have a lot of new stuff coming up, which I told you a little bit what we got coming, but got more stuff.
Excited.
I'm just trying to do my best to bring in as many partners as possible to help you monetize your leads, right? That's what it's all about. Monetizing your data, monetizing your leads, more ways to make money. I know you're already doing some stuff on your own, which is great. I'm just doing my best to try to bring in, but I have a new one during the mastermind in a couple of days. I'm going to have somebody come on. We're going to kind of announce it and then probably launch it next week. So you'll learn more about that too next week. But yeah, it's a lot of good stuff we have coming up. So I'm excited. And again, like I tell everybody, I'm doing all this stuff also for me too. This isn't, I live and breathe this every single day on the lead side. I live and breathe it every single day. And so I'm just building this stuff out for myself too, while I, try to help everyone else out. So
that's probably another reason why I went with you, because you're actually in the trenches. A lot of these guys have gone on to selling coaching and not, doing the business that they actually, started. Now they kind of stepped out of that role, and let me just sell you my knowledge that could possibly be 5 or 6, or even in this market, with Facebook, if it's a week old, it could be obsolete. So, the fact that you're in it and you're doing it, and you're in the trenches, that's a big one too. That's a gigantic one, actually.
Nope, I hear you, man. I appreciate it. Just doing the best that we can to help everyone else out. So, any last words you want to say?
Thank you. That's pretty much it, man. Thank you. I appreciate what you're doing, moving the company forward and having all the different verticals to monetize, and just all the information that you're putting out there. I know you're working hard. You got to be working hard at it. So no, just thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right, cool.
All right.
Appreciate your time.